Very nice, thank you, Dennis. Now I'd like to welcome to this podium Pat Steiner, who is the current president of our Ladies Auxiliary, VFW 9362.
Thanks, Phil. Welcome, everybody. The proud members of our Ladies and Men's Auxiliaries to the Veterans of Foreign Wars support veterans of this country and our communities in honor of the sacrifices and commitment of every man and woman who has served in uniform. Memorial Day is a holiday where the United States celebrates the lives and sacrifices made by our military. We honor those currently serving our country, our prisoners of war, and those missing in action. This is a day of remembering and showing appreciation. May I please ask all of the veterans here today to stand. Please show your support by giving them a round of applause. Thank you. We humbly thank every one of you, as well as family and friends who unselfishly support your efforts. In addition to supporting our country's veterans, it's important that our community recognizes the efforts of those currently serving and those who are missing loved ones who died protecting the freedoms we enjoy. We owe them more than we could ever repay. Today we remember our Blue and Gold Star families and Purple Heart recipients. We remember our Blue Star families. They have family members currently serving in the armed forces. If you are a Blue Star family member, please stand. Let us show our support by giving them a round of applause. We are here for you always, and please don't hesitate to ask if there's anything we can do to lend a hand. We remember our beloved Gold Star families. Even though we typically show our support by applause, tradition dictates that Gold Star families are honored silently. These are the parents and family members of our country's heroes who died or were killed serving in the armed forces. It's important that we support our Gold Star families who are often drawn together by the common bond of losing a loved one who was serving our country. Our Gold Star families have laughed and cried together. They hold tight to the cherished memories. Since this is the kickoff year to the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam, we want to be sure to pay special attention to and give our respects to the Vietnam era Gold Star families who didn't get the support they so richly deserved when their sons gave all. May I please ask that our Gold Star parents and family members stand and be recognized by a moment of silent prayer for you and your loved ones. Thank you. Today we also remember our country's Purple Heart recipients. The Purple Heart is awarded for being wounded or killed in any action against an enemy of the United States. Today we are honored to welcome the family and friends of Purple Heart recipient and one of our Post founders, Otto Trapp. Please welcome the Trapp family and show your appreciation for all Purple Heart recipients with a round of applause. On behalf of the Ladies Auxiliary, I ask everyone here to take the time to stop and pay your respects to those we are honoring today. Please let them know we will always remember our country's fallen heroes, our veterans, and the brave men and women who keep our country safe every day. I thank all of you for remembering and for joining us today to honor America's heroes. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Now I'd like to introduce Charlene Pulham from 333 Legion Post, and she is their president. Charlene?
I'd like to state a lot of what I was going to read. Pat covered, but that's great. I wanted to really honor our Gold Star mothers and fathers who are here today. I'll name off the families that are Gold Star mothers for our American Legion Auxiliary. Martha Grove, who is the mother of Thomas Williams. Janet and Rudy Sucamel were the parents of Frederick Fritz Sucamel. Sandra Selheim and her husband, the mother of Robert Cook, and Catherine Scott, mother of Joshua Scott. Memorial Day, previously called Decoration Day, is a federal holiday for all of us to pay tribute to those brave soldiers who gave their lives in defense of our great country, and the veterans who served but are no longer with us. From the first soldiers in the Revolutionary War to the military personnel who serve today near and far, it is a day we honor all our loved ones who have passed away by decorating their grave sites with flags and flowers. The number of U.S. veterans who made the ultimate sacrifice is unbelievable, beginning with World War I, 116,516. World War II, 405,399. Korea, 33,686. Vietnam, 58,209. Iraq, 4,404. Afghanistan, 1,086. That's a total of 619,300 servicemen who gave their lives for us. Our eternal thanks and gratitude to those who died protecting this country will never be forgotten. Even though today is to honor those who are deceased, be sure to thank a veteran while you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlene. Now I'd like to have our VFW Men's Auxiliary President-elect Tony Derr.
Thanks, Phil. On Memorial Day, the flag of the United States is raised briskly to the top of the staff and then solemnly lowered to a half-staff position, where it remains only until noon. It is then raised to full staff for the remainder of the day. The half-staff position remembers the more than 1 million men and women who gave their lives in service of our country. At noon, their memory is raised by the living, who resolve not to let their sacrifice be in vain, but to rise up and continue the fight for liberty and justice for all. Because of the Memorial Day is generally associated with the start of the summer season, is tradition to kick off the outdoor cooking season on Memorial Day with a barbecue. In keeping with that tradition, following the ceremony today, the Men's Auxiliary is hosting a chicken barbecue at the Post. We hope that you will be able to join us, and we appreciate everything, for you all coming out. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. Now we have a special part in the program that is very touching. It's a POWMIA presentation. Katie Barber will be giving that.
The Missing Comrades table is located to my left. Please take a moment to pay your respects to our missing military men and women. This table is reserved to honor our missing comrades in arms, the men and women currently deployed overseas fighting terrorism, and the prisoners of war missing in action who sacrificed to keep America free. We salute their families and loved ones who keep the candle of hope alive. This honors ceremony symbolizes that they are with us here in spirit. Each of the items on this table has a special meaning. The table is round to show our everlasting concern for our serving Americans. The tablecloth is white, symbolizing the purity of their motives when answering the call to duty. The single red rose displayed in a vase reminds us of the life of each of the missing and their loved ones and friends who keep the faith, awaiting their return. The vase is tied with a red ribbon, symbolic of our continued determination to see them return home safely and account for the missing. The candle symbolizes the upward reach of their unconquerable spirit. A slice of lemon is on the plate to remind us of the often bitter fate of those serving in a foreign land. The pinch of salt symbolizes the tears endured by those missing and their families who await their return. The Bible represents the strength gained through faith to sustain those missing from our country founded as one nation under God. The glass is inverted to symbolize their inability to share in this day's toast. The chair is empty. They are not here.
Thank you, Katie. Now, the Sun Prairie Band will be playing the Post 333 March in